Update Wednesday. Paul Lindman and Scott Lynn. An article in the Oregonian at the first of the week is getting attention from politicos around here. It's from Jeff Mapes, pointing out that the Democratic congressional candidate Suzanne Bonamici has racked up one of the most liberal voting records of any lawmaker in Salem during her 5 years in the legislature. Not long after that article came out, her Republican opponent in the 1st District race, Rob Cornilles' campaign, contacted us, said Rob would like to talk to us. What do you make of that charge, Rob? What's your reaction?
Well, my reaction is that if she's elected in Congress, I can't imagine what she will do there. This is just more of the same. This is nothing different than what we've seen in the past, and quite frankly, it's why we continue to struggle with unemployment in this state. It's why we continue to struggle with a high homeless rate and a hunger rate among our children and foreclosures that are near the top in the country. We can't continue to think like we've always thought, or we're going to continue to get what we've always got. And she is not only more of the same, Paul, she's actually more partisan than our last representative in the 1st District, Mr. Wu. I mean, the fact that she votes 98% of the time with her party, and she never saw a tax increase or a rate hike, a fee hike in Oregon that she ever voted against. I mean, that's abhorrent, especially in this economy, especially when we need to find ways to create more jobs here. And as a job creator myself, as one who started a business 16 years ago, I've employed 60 people over that time. I've launched hundreds of careers around the country for people. I know what it takes to create a job, and this is the kind of policy and policy making that would absolutely discourage me from doing what Oregon needs most, and that is bring people back to work.
Rob, I'm old enough to remember a time when liberal and conservative were not considered dirty words. They represented different points of view.
Sure.
And we heard from both sides, and we had guys like Gore Vidal and William F. Buckley argue both sides, and then our elected officials reached compromise. I mean, if you're charging her with voting along party lines a lot, we could say the same thing about all Republicans, I take it.
Well, but you have to look at the specifics. I mean, 98% of the time with the majority of her party, and the 2% that she didn't vote with the majority of her party, she voted to the left of her party, as the Oregonian article illustrates yesterday. I mean, let's look at the Republican leader in the Senate. I'm no apologist for Republicans in Salem. I don't follow their work as much as I'm following her work for obvious reasons. But Ted Ferrioli, the Republican leader of the Senate, voted 75% of the time with his party. He's the leader of the Republicans, and he wasn't even close to as partisan as she is. So we need balance. You're right, Paul. We need compromise. We need consensus building. And that's why I've been, throughout this campaign, calling out Republicans in D.C. when I think that they're wrong, calling out Democrats when I think they're going down the wrong path. I've been a very independent voice in this campaign. I'll continue to be once I'm elected, because that's what Oregon needs. We need not only balance in Congress, we need it in Oregon. I think that will help job growth and increase confidence for people who want to invest here.
Rob, what would you do if you were in Washington right now, and in regards to the payroll tax cut, gridlock, once again, a problem in D.C.?
Yeah, Scott, I've said previously, and I'll say it again this morning, we need to extend the payroll tax cut. We need to give, just as a lot of people are talking about giving businesses certainty so they know when to hire and how to hire, you got to give American consumers and taxpayers certainty as well. And when people don't know what they're going to be making on January 1st, that is very problematic. At the same time, you also have to have a little sympathy with the fact that everybody in this country has no clue. No one has any clue what we're going to be making as of March 1st of next year, because Congress won't tell us what the tax rates are going to be, whether it be on payroll tax. I mean, who knows of your listeners, who knows what their tax rate's going to be even 6 months from now or 12 months from now? Who knows what their tax bracket's going to be?
So
Nobody.
Would you have voted for the 2-month extension or not?
Yes, I would have. But I would have said, why are we voting 2 months at a time? This is no way to run a business. It's no way to run a home or a nonprofit organization or a school. It's certainly no way to run our federal government.
Republican congressional candidate Rob Cornilles on the Morning Update. Rob, thanks for talking to us, and we'll talk again between now and January when the election is.
Thank you, gentlemen. Happy holidays.
You too. And Suzanne Bonamici will be our guest tomorrow on the Morning Update, not able to join us today.